I assume everything is fake. That's my default. I think you start from there and then you try and do your detective work.
Yeah, this is my thing. Oh my God, is that real? That doesn't seem real.
No.
Let me see if that's real. And then I check.
Yeah, you assume
but that's something over time. Before, when I was younger, I'd be like, I want that to be real, so that's got to be real.
Right.
Right? That's a problem.
Well, that's how my husband kind of taught me to evaluate everything that I get from the media. He's like, I look at something and I go, do I want this to be real or not real? And if so, why?
Yes, that's right.
Like if you start there,
yeah,
you have a chance.
That's me with UFOs.
That's
my whole UFO take, because I want them to be real so
I
bad.
want them to be real
Look, I got one on
badly.
my desk here. I want them to be real so bad, but the more I fucking look into it, the more I don't believe.
Really?
Yeah. I think a lot of it is horseshit. A lot of it, but also maybe some of it's real.
It's so unsettling to think that we're the only things out there for me that I wanted to. It's like, that can't be, surely.
It doesn't seem like it even makes sense that that's true, so I don't think that that's true. But I do not know if we've been visited, but I think a lot of it is bullshit. I think it's not just bullshit. I think it's probably government-coordinated bullshit. I think there's probably sightings that are mass psyops where they're trying to see how people react to things. I think there's probably crafts that the United States is in possession of that absolutely look like UFOs. I think there's probably propulsion systems that they use for drones that are infinitely more advanced than we currently think the state of the art is.
Right. And so they'd say, oh, it's UFO, and it's really their technology.
But that doesn't account for the sightings that occurred when it was impossible for that technology to exist.
Right.
That doesn't take you back to like 1950s with Kenneth Arnold, where he saw those flying discs moving through the sky, which is where the term flying saucer came from, because it was like saucers skipping across a lake.
And what about all the people kind of all over the world who have experienced like a similar thing? And why do all the drawings always look the same? Is that just collective conscious? People have seen one and then they think that, or is it, you know how they
There's
always look like aliens?
There's a lot of possibilities. And another possibility is that the world's not real.
And we're in a simulation.
Yeah, that there's something... Maybe saying the world's not real is not the best way to put it.
It makes me so like, I want to crawl out of my skin.
Maybe the best way to put it is that it's not real the way we think it's real. Like there's real consequences to your actions. There's real physical laws that exist in the experience that you're having as a conscious creature moving through this world. But this world's not totally solid all the time. It's solid when you interact with it. The rest of it is vague and weird and malleable, and that it's constantly changing, and that you wake and sleep and assume that every time you wake up you're in the same exact area, the same space, the environment looks the same, but it might be a completely different dimension. There might be intertwined realities that are constantly experiencing itself over and over and over again. And then there also might be other dimensions that higher beings have the capability of traversing that we don't, and that all these things they're happening simultaneously with the actual creation of an artificial reality.
It seems so real.
Too. Yeah, it all seems so real, but it also seems fake, right? There's
more and more.
There's like, I'm sure you know the whole Baron Trump story. You know, the ancient books that talked about a guy named Elon who's going to go to Mars.
No.
You never saw about that?
No.
It is so crazy that even Elon saw that. Is like, is this real? Like, how is this real? Was it from 1853?
Why does this have to do with Baron Trump?
Because it's about a guy named Baron Trump, and his guru is named Don. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
What? I
His
feel like I
mentor
like
is
saw
named
something
Don.
like this, and I was like,
Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey.
What is this? It's like an old.
It's a book from.
Who wrote it?
It is from 1893. Nearly forgotten, Baron Trump's marvelous underground journey blends of science fiction and fantasy in a story told by little Baron Trump, an aristocrat boy, there you go, that's what he is, who sets out from Castle Trump, which is where he lives, to discover a world within a world that he read about in a 15th century manuscript. Celebrated thinker in philosophy, he learned Spaniard Don from. Don, his guy Don, yeah. Joined Baron Trump and his faithful dog and companion Bulger. They set off at northern Russia in search of portals, so subterranean. But there's also the other thing. They go back to Castle Trump. There's the other thing about Wernher von Braun. So Wernher von Braun, who was the head of NASA, wrote a novel, a fictional novel about a guy named Elon that takes us to Mars. Yeah. So there's like parts of reality that don't seem real.
Yeah.
They seem like a wink, like an Easter egg, like someone is like winking at you.
Oh, yeah.
Through the simulation.
I'm just like an extra in the simulation.
But you're a part of it. It's your version of it that you're going through. You are the person who's experiencing your world. I just don't know if your world and my world are exactly the same.
Right.
I think they're bubbles. I think they're bubbles. And I think the way you interface with the world changes what your bubble consists of.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think it's all very weird. I don't think it's as simple as that rancher lady thinks when she gets up and feeds her chickens. I think that's her world.
Right.
That's her world. But I think the universe itself and how we interact consciously with it and all the things around us, I think it's squirrely. I think it's real squirrely. And I think every now and then the universe shows us something like this fucking Wernher von Braun book where you go, what? Even the name Elon and Mars, like what are the fucking odds? And then it turns out that Elon was actually named by his father when his father read that book.
Oh, okay.
Which is even crazier.
Yeah.
What is the odds your son is going to be the guy who goes to fucking Mars?
My daughter is obsessed with Mars. And we always like know all the planets, and it's weird. I have no obsession with Mars, but she's obsessed with the stars, the planets. She can point them out at night. She's like, "That's Jupiter, that's Mars, blah blah blah." And we asked her one day. We said, "Which planet do humans live on?" And she said, "Earth and Mars." And I was like, "Maybe."